All right, welcome. This is Unofficial Community game dated June 2nd, 2022. The players for this game are going to be Plank Boy, aka Dan, playing Russia. Greg is playing Germany. Albritzer is playing as the UK. Myself, Inf, playing as Japan. And Mannerheim will be playing as the United States. So just to recap, this is Japan's turn number 1. To recap the rest of round 1, Russia bought 4 infantry and 2 tanks, and then they did the standard 9-12 attack in West Russia and Ukraine. And they were successful in both of those and mobilized the infantry to Caucasus and the tanks into Russia. Germany, during their turn, took back the Ukraine and took Karelia. I talked to Greg prior to our engaging in this game, and he told me he's going to press hard for Africa. And so he built a carrier and moved to go after Africa. The only real concern for us right now is that he had a pretty terrible Sea Zone 7 attack. But other than that, I think he's okay. As far as the UK, they put a couple guys in India, and they also bought a carrier and a destroyer and threw it. So they're building their navy up here in Sea Zone 7, which is smart. They did not do anything really to prop up India here. And they did not take out my transport in Sea Zone 61. They opted to fortify Egypt. And so we'll see how that plays out. I'm going to open with the standard pressure on India to try to take it in 3 turns. With a caveat, they backed out of Buri, so I might throw an IC in Manchuria in the second round instead of waiting until round 3. So I can start getting some armor inland and go after Russia here. But we'll see how USA plans out. I'm not going to do Hawaii, Pearl Harbor, just because I've been pretty unsuccessful in keeping my fleet after I take Pearl Harbor. Even if I win, these ships here usually come and wipe me out, and then I'm losing my fleet, and I really didn't gain anything out of it. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to use these guys here to try to eliminate the UK fleet in Sea Zone 34. That will hopefully open up Africa a little bit and soften India a little bit too. So let us begin. So my standard purchase, 2 transports, 2 infantry, and artillery, and a tank. For round 1. Oops. Sorry. I messed that up. Five infantries and a fighter are going to attack Anway. Going to drop some troops from Japan into Yunnan. Actually, we're going to drop some more troops into Yunnan. All right, let's see here. What about this plane here? I'm not going to do anything with him. And do I want to take Bury and see what he does? Yeah, I'll take Bury. Let's see. He's got 2 planes. No bombers. I think that's safe. Just a caveat, I am absolutely terrible at counting the movement of aircraft. It bites me in the ass constantly, so I apologize in advance to Greg, my partner, when inevitably I miscount the opponent's aircraft and it ends up costing me dearly. So I do apologize ahead of time for that. So, oh yeah, I want to take these guys out. And let's see here. All right, I think that is all we're going to do right now. And just a quick review. All right. Wow. You've got to be kidding me. I have never seen that before. I've never seen 4 rounds of no hits. Unbelievable. But it actually worked out for me anyway. I am absolutely shocked. That does not bode well for the rest of the dice. Hopefully we can get a hit here. Wow, this may be ugly. All right. That is ugly though. That is a hell of a defense by 2 guys. All right, this is going to be rough, but let's hope we can get a couple of hits. Okay. All right. All right. The battleship took a hit. All right. So that's not bad. All right, that worked out. Okay, for the non-com. Oh no, this plane is going to go. Hold on a second. This plane's going to C-Zone 61. This plane is going to C-Zone 61. Actually, no. He's not going there. That plane's going there. This plane here is going to go to C-Zone 61. This aircraft carrier is going to go to C-Zone 61. Submarine is going to go to the Philippines. This fighter here is going to go to Kuwait. Actually, let's not do that. Let's move this fighter. Where did I put him? Let's not move this fighter here. And let's move this fighter Let's move this fighter to C-Zone 61. And we will move the cruiser to C-Zone 60. Move this guy up here. Let's see what else. All right, so, oh yeah, we got this destroyer here. We'll leave the destroyer there. Because we'll have the cruiser, the battleship, and a destroyer here, and we'll put the 2 transports in C-Zone 60. And then we'll see what he's going to do. Hopefully he backs all this off and starts heading over to the Atlantic. But if he stays in the Pacific, we may have to do something about that. So, is there anything else I want to do this turn? Actually, let's do this. Let's take this fighter. Oh, I can't land it there. Nah, we'll leave him there. All right, I think that's all I want to do this turn. So let me end this movement phase. And just double check one thing here. All right, let's do this here. All right. Because we did this, we're going to leave this where it's at. So, all right. We'll throw the 2 transports in C-Zone 60. And we'll throw everything else in Japan because we have to. And that will finish Japan's round 1. And I will see you guys back for a recap of USA round 1 and Japan round number 2. All right, welcome back. This is round 2, Japan. Just a quick recap. Russia, during this turn, they strafed Ukraine, and they did a significant amount of damage. The UK decided to take France, built a couple transports to add to their fleet, or a transport and a destroyer. They're moving this secondary fleet that escaped from Australia up here, and the Americans are completely abandoning the Pacific. So it is a kill Germany first strategy all the way. Looks like they're moving everything into the Atlantic. So with that being done, we're going to press hard for a quick knockout of India. So I'm going to set up to kill India in turn number 3. And then I'm also going to try to get a couple planes into Germany this turn and maybe next turn, if I can, to help Germany defend a little bit while we make some inroads. In round 4, after India falls, I'm going to take Madagascar and Australia. We're going to start moving this way because then our plan is to take Australia, New Zealand, bounce up to Hawaii and grab that victory city if all their attention is spent over here. But in the meantime, I got to help out my teammate here. We're going to put hopefully a lot of pressure on Russia so that he can't just keep pressing forward into Germany. So he's going to have to guard against this. The best way to do that is we're going to buy an IC and we're going to buy a bomber. We're going to bank the 6 this turn so that next turn we'll have a little extra cash. And we are going to set up for the kill India strategy. A couple things I'm also going to do. I'm going to take these from Russia. He can probably come and kill this and take it back, but it's going to cost him a couple of bucks and give me a couple more bucks. I'm going to take this from the United States. And again, if they want to attack here, they can. That's okay. We can trade because we're going to have a significant amount of forces here. I've done the calculations for India, and based on all of our stuff that we have, and they have done very little to reinforce India, we're going to beat India. We're going to take India. So I anticipate that the United States, right after I move, is going to take this plane and probably fly it up to West Russia or somewhere up here to help out Russia. He may try to, kill these Japanese guys here, but then he'd have to land here, and that would be kind of dangerous if any of my stuff survives. You don't want to risk a plane against infantry. You don't want to trade that. So now that we've done that, let's do our combat move down here. All right. We're going to take those two. No. All right, we're going to take the transport that has the stuff in it, drop it here, and drop it there. I'm going to take this battleship and bombard. We're going to take this transport, go here, pick up this stuff, go to C-Zone 36 and drop them in Burma. We're going to take this battleship and bombard. We're going to... Okay, I think that's all of our attack. That's all of our attack. Everything else we're just going to move. We're just going to move south during the non-combat phase. Actually, no. Well, yeah, so we could take these two guys, and put them here. Actually, why don't we do that? So let's do that. So we're going to take the 2 tanks, 2 guys, go down to C-Zone 36, drop them in Burma. Take the cruiser, bombard. I know it's a lot of overkill, but all right, so that's what we're going to do for this turn here. to set up the India attack. Okay, that was pretty good, since we got him with the bombardment. So that works pretty good. All right, so for the non-combat move phase, okay, we're going to take these 2 planes, drop them into Germany. I'm going to take this carrier, drop it over here. I'm going to take this carrier, drop it in C-Zone 36. The 2 planes, C-Zone 36. We're going to take this plane and drop it in C-Zone 36. And this plane here, drop it in C-Zone 36. We're going to take the destroyer, go down to C-Zone 36. Both destroyers go down there. And we'll take our submarine too. Why not? Take everything. And our bomber. We're going to land here. Let's see, does he have another bomber somewhere? Alright, the Russians have no bomber. United Kingdom. The United States has 1 bomber. I don't see one in the UK. They might have lost it trying to bomb Germany. So, let's see, we're going to have all right. All right. So I think that's all we want to do for the non-combat movement phase. Yep, I think that's it. Oops. All right. All right, so to mobilize, throw the industrial complex in Manchuria. Throw the bomber in Japan. All right. So if we look at this right here, we did the calculations. It's calculating that if he throws 3 infantry here, we're going to win 100% of the time. Even if he leaves the United States fighter, we're going to win 100% of the time. Best case scenario for him, if he throws 3 more fighters in there, we're going to win 100% of the time. So it would be foolish of him to spend 30 more IPCs putting 3 planes here. He may not even put 3 guys here because they're just going to be dead. So likely the USA will fly this plane out of here. And like I said, he could do something where he flies up here, kills this guy, and lands here, takes this back. They could do that if they wanted. I doubt he'll do that because I'm going to start landing armor here in turn number 3. which is a turn earlier than I usually do, but because they fled out of the Pacific, I can concentrate all my efforts here. I don't have to wait till turn 3. Sometimes I do a bigger buildup of forces, and they did not defend India. He sent no planes to India, and he sent no planes to West Russia either to hold that. But Germany, because they went after Africa, is a little bit light here, very light up front. So we're going to try to send as much help as we can his way there. I don't think the Russians are going to go this way to try to kill this. They could, but more than likely they'll probably try to retreat and get as many troops as they can here and hold out long enough for all of this to start landing and taking Europe. So once my partner here takes Transjordan, I can even take some of these transports here and start shuttling troops up into Italy if I need to. My plan right now is to take Madagascar and Australia in turn number 4. India next turn number 3. And then solidify some forces here. And then Madagascar and Western Australia in turn number 4. Eastern Australia and New Zealand in turn number 5. And then by turn number 6, we'll take Hawaii. And all the while, we'll start amassing forces here to try to push north and go and put some serious pressure on the Soviets. That's the plan right now. Obviously, things could change depending on what happens here. But I'm going to try to get some more planes over here to help them. And we'll see what happens. So that is Japan's turn number 2. And I will see you back to recap USA's move in turn number 2 and the rest of turn number 3 until Japan goes. All right, welcome back. We're in round 3. And like we said last round, the Allies are hardcore KGF, and they're pushing forward very well. Russia's pushing forward very well, and the UK and United States fleets are pretty massive here. They must have done the same calculations I did. They abandoned India, so they moved this way. So they're going to have one of two things. Either they're going to take these 8 troops and try to fight here in Africa, or they're going to just move them up here and try to defend Russia. Because they abandoned India, this is going to speed up what I have planned to do. So I plan to take India this turn. Next turn, take French Madagascar and Western United States. Well, because they only left one guy here, I'm going to be able to do all 3 of those things this turn, which will speed me up a turn because they completely have abandoned the Pacific. But I'm also going to have to get, once I get the IC in India up and running, I'm going to have to start getting some troops, have some transports here, usually in C-Zone 34, to ship them into Southern Europe to try to help Germany out. I'm going to build some planes this turn and the next couple turns and try to fly them into Europe and protect as much as I can. So we will see what we are able to do there. I might be able to get some planes into Egypt, which could then go into Germany. I'll see if I can do that. So let's begin the turn. So for this turn, we're going to buy 3 tanks to throw in Manchuria, and we're going to buy 2 planes to throw in Japan. We're going to bank the remaining 6. I could buy a submarine, but there's really no use for it here because I don't have a fleet to oppose me yet. So we might as well keep it, and we have enough industrial power here that if we have to buy a bunch of ships one turn, we can throw them all in C-Zone 62 and 60 and take care of it that way. So that's all we're going to do this turn as far as purchases. Now for the combat move. So obviously our target was India. So we're still going to attack India. Oh, wait a minute. I need to save a guy here. Because I'm going to take one of these guys, throw him on a transport, go to C-Zone 32 and drop him in French Madagascar. I'm going to take 2 artilleries, board them in transports. And now I have to see where my transports are. So here's my transports. So this one here is going to go to C-Zone 47, pick up this guy, go to C-Zone 46, and drop him in Western Australia. The other transport is going to go to C-Zone 37, pick up a guy, go to C-Zone 46, drop him in Western Australia. Take the bomber and hit Western Australia. Let's see, we'll take the cruiser. We won't take the cruiser. And do I want to take 2 planes? No, I don't think we will. I don't think we'll need them. Because we have the bomber and 5 guys. If we don't, well... Yeah, we'll take... if I do that, I have to move a carrier into C-Zone 46, which is fine. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll take 2 planes and attack there. Let's see what else. All right, we are not going to attack anything else. We're not going to attack anything else this turn. So hopefully we get a couple hits in Western Australia. Okay. That worked. And we lost a guy. All right. That's cool. All right, so now... Oh yeah, we got to do the India battle. All right, India battle went as expected. All right. So now we got to take one of these carriers. Where's he at? Land it there. And then the 2 planes can land there. C-Zone 46. This bomber... We'll fly him back to East Indies. We'll take this one. It looks like he's got to go there. Let's see here. Does he have a bomber? Okay. You always want to be careful where you put your bombers if they don't land anywhere where there's troops. Because if he has a bomber, they're going to attack at a 4 against defending at a 1, which is really crappy for the bomber. And I've been stuck a few times where I've landed a bomber. You think it's far enough away where no one can hit it, and then, you know, a bomber from somewhere flies over there and kills it. I'm not seeing that possibility right here, but I'm notoriously bad at counting for planes. Let's move this guy here. Let's see here. We've got a carrier to defend those. We'll take the fleet. Let's see here. We might be able to just move the fleet. Let's move the battleships there. Actually, no, we won't. We'll take one battleship over to Sea Zone 46. We'll take the other battleship over to Sea Zone 32. Take the two destroyers, put them in Sea Zone 32. We'll take the cruiser over to Sea Zone 32. This transport will take over to Sea Zone 32 as well. The aircraft carrier and the planes will also go over to Sea Zone 32. Let's see here. We could throw these planes. Could throw the planes in Egypt. So that we can fly them into Europe to help them out. Let's see, where else? And the sub will go into Sea Zone 32 also. I'm not really seeing what else I need to do right now. I think we're okay. All right. And throw the 3 tanks in Manchuria and the 2 fighters in Japan. Obviously now we got a little bit of significant amount of money for next turn. We've got enough of a force, I think, to withstand a counterattack here in India. We're leaving the rest of Africa for Germany because they're going to need the IPCs, and it will bleed the United Kingdom. And I will take Eastern Australia and New Zealand next turn, which will take a couple more points of money away from UK. And then obviously, ultimately, we'll hop up and take Hawaii. Unless he does something about it. Which would be good for us because at least he'll take some of his attention off of this. But I think they're just going to go for broke until they destroy Germany. And they're doing a really good job right now. So we got to press hard to try to either get into Moscow or get into Moscow or get some support. So we're going to see what we can do to try to get some more defense into Germany and help out our buddy. So that's going to do it for round 3 for Japan. I will see you back to recap United States' round 3 and the rest of round 4 for everyone else. All right. I'll see you then. Okay, welcome back. This is round 4, Japan's turn. Interesting turn of events took place. United Kingdom threw an industrial complex in France, which means they can pump out 6 units every turn right on Germany's doorstep, which means unless we take this back soon, I don't think we're going to last more than a couple more turns. Because it's been my experience that Japan, especially in the early stages, isn't going to win the whole game if Germany falls. So, I've got to do whatever I can to support my partner here in Germany, and we're going to have to try to take this back, hopefully, because if we don't, I think it's going to be over quick. So, and in UK moved their troops that were here in Persia, continued to move them northbound to defend Russia, it looks like. And America moved its fleet into the Mediterranean, which is good because it kind of blocks what the initial plan I was having, was just to grab some troops from here and shuttle them through the canal here, drop them into southern Europe. This kind of effectively blocks that, at least for now. We're going to take this back, and so we'll have an opportunity to go in here, but right now I don't think we have the firepower to muscle up through here. But we are going to support him in Egypt, land a couple troops there, and continue to take this stuff here and take Hawaii in a turn. But like I said, if we don't deal with this right here, I think the game's going to be over very quickly. So, also, on a different note, I decided to slow down a little bit. I could push forward up here, but if I do, he's going to counterattack. He can counterattack with 5 guys and 3 tanks, kill this, and then I have nothing here. So we're going to slow down. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. So let's go to the purchase units phase. So we're still going to buy 3 tanks for Manchuria. We're going to buy 3 artilleries for India. And then we are going to buy a transport and let's see here. A bomber. No, a plane. Nope, I changed my mind again. We're going to buy some more troops. So, we'll buy 2 guys and another artillery for Japan. Alright, so that's what we're going to do as far as buying stuff. So for our combat move, we're going to take 2 guys and the bomber and take Persia back. We're going to take Western Australia. Take New Zealand. And that's all we're going to do as far as combat for this turn. All right. So let's do the combat. Okay, we did what we wanted to do there. All right, so for the non-combat move, we're going to take this bomber, land it in Germany. These 2 planes, land them in Germany. We're going to take these 2 tanks, these 3 tanks, and move them over there. We're going to take these 2 planes and move them right there. We're going to take the aircraft carrier here, take these 2 planes, move them here. This bomber is going to go to India. This guy here is going to go onto a transport. That transport is going to go here. Pick up another guy. Go to C Zone 34 and drop him in Egypt. And then we're going to move the rest of our fleet into C Zone 34. All right. Let's see here. Yep, I think that's all we're going to do. Right now. We just got to make sure that we don't forget any units here in C-Zone 32. Sometimes when you click on a bunch of stuff, you forget about one or two units, and we don't want to do that. So obviously we're going to see what he does here. He may take Persia back, which if he does, that's okay. At least it'll divert some of his troops. More than likely it'll be the Russians. Well, who knows? Because he doesn't have a whole lot of defense here. If we can get a push, then, which we have to do, but we're going to have to deal with this. Like I said, priority number one is dealing with France and keeping Germany alive. So, because USA is just massing more troops to keep landing over here, I'm probably going to take my other bomber and move it up here in the next turn and just start bomb raiding UK. Or I'm going to have to bomb the heck out of France if we don't capture this. So, that will be the end of our phase here. Let's see. Always check this to make sure that you're not forgetting about units. All right, I look like I'm pretty good there. All right, we're going to put 3 artilleries into India, 3 tanks into Manchuria. And obviously the reason we do that is because we have 6 infantries here, and now we'll have 5 artilleries to give these guys more attack power when we decide to attack. We'll throw the transport in C-Zone 62 and the rest of our stuff in Japan. And that looks like it's going to be our turn for Japan. I don't know how much longer this game's going to go, but that was pretty good move by them to throw the IC in there as long as they can hold it. The calculator says, when we do this math here, the calculator says that Germany should be able to take this back. And he has no transports down here. Really nothing that can reach France. It'll all be up to the UK. Oh, except for these 5 here. So he can drop, there's only 5 here, 5 guys and an artillery. There's going to be able to come back and attack here. And depending on what he attacks with, whatever's left over here, we have to be able to take that and hold it. So, like I said, this game may be shorter than we had earlier anticipated. We'll see. And I will see you guys back for United States' turn in round 4. And the rest of everyone's moves in round 5. All right, welcome back. It's round 5, Japan's turn. Just a quick update. We are hurting pretty bad in Europe. UK has taken Italy and France. They've thrown an IC in France already, and obviously they have one in Italy. So Germany's holding on for dear life. And as Japan, I'm trying to push forward into Russia. So if we're going to make any headway, and I don't know if we'll survive more than a couple more rounds, but we're going to try. And obviously, Russia's selling out this way. So let's see what the money situation is. They actually have a decent amount of money. We're going to do our best to put some pressure on Russia here and try to get them to pull back some. So we're going to buy 3 more tanks. We're going to buy a guy and a couple artilleries. We're going to buy another transport. Actually, we'll buy 2 more transports. And 1 more artillery. So we'll have 3 and 3 here. All right. All right, so for our combat move, we're going to bomb France. We're going to... Okay, so here's where we're going to try to put the pressure on them. We're going to attack here and here. We're going to attack here. And here. We're going to attack here and here. And we're going to attack here and here. Let's see. I wish there was something else we can do, but at this point I don't think we can. Oh, we are going to take Hawaii. So... All right, so we're going to take Hawaii. In fact, let's do this. Let's do 1 there. And we can bombard him. I don't want to use these guys because I want to help him use these to defend against these 2 guys. So, all right, we'll see how all these go. All right. I've had pretty bad luck with bombing raids lately. It's a 1 out of 6 chance you lose your bomber, but it happens to me extraordinarily often. Oh, that's a nice shot right there. All right, let's see here. Transjordan. Ah, beautiful. All right. So that was nice. We should be able to take Hawaii. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing. All right, so he got one of us, but we still took Hawaii. So that worked. All right, these are the mismatches. Let's see if any of these pay off. All right. All right. Didn't want to lose a guy, but that's all right. This one here, let's see here. All right. Geez, this guy's been rolling 3 straight ones, which is crap. 3 straight ones. Okay, great. Not 4 straight ones. Thank God. All right. So, let's see. Our bomber, we're going to land it in Germany. And with our other bomber, we're going to start just every turn bombarding, most likely France, to try to keep units out of there. The one good thing is that United Kingdom is the one who took these territories and not USA, who has a ton of money. United Kingdom's production is only 23. And after he takes this, it'll be down to 22. And if we can kick him out of one of these, we can get him down to not having a whole lot of money. So that works in our favor. Let's do this. We'll fly these planes back to Persia. Move everybody up from India into Persia. We're going to move this guy. Oh, let's see here. We're not going to. Oh, yeah, we will. We'll move this guy up here. All right, our planes will. Oh, we'll move the carrier here. And the planes will land in C-Zone 53. So those will be fine. Let's see here. It's a shame we couldn't take Novo. It would have been nice. But he can maybe put 1 tank in here to prevent the blitz from our 3 tanks here. But if he does that, he's going to lose his tank, which works out for us. And we'll still have some more units that can seize this over here or go into Russia. He's got a lot of money with Russia. He's played really well so far, and he's got 34 IPCs left, so he can undoubtedly throw 8 guys minimum in there, or maximum in there, excuse me. And he also has 2 other production facilities right here, so he's not bad at all. He's in great shape. So I'm trying to think of what else we can do to help out. I don't think there's a lot that we can do right now to help out. We're pretty insulated from a Russian counterattack. This obviously is the biggest problem for us. I don't know how much longer Germany can survive. So I'm going to try to push in here and take some of these territories back for him, get him some money, continuously bomb these industrial complexes to try to hold out, and then see if I can make it to Moscow. If I can't, maybe I'll snipe Karelia, which would be nice. And if I do that, I can start sending tanks 2 at a time into Germany to help defend. But that is a couple turns down the road at a minimum. So I'm not really going to worry about that until I have to plan it. This is just going to be a nightmare. If he leaves, now that we moved a bunch of troops in here, if he leaves this clear and doesn't go back to C-Zone 15, maybe we'll take our fleet here and try to take Italy back from UK. But it's a possibility. We'll have to see how the turn plays out. So let me mobilize. All right, let's see here. I'm going to put 1 here, 2 here, and we're going to put 1 guy here. I like to do, I like to build the same number of transports as the same number of people I have. So we'll have 3 guys and 3 artilleries, and we'll have 3 transports here. And he's got absolutely no defense for the West Coast. We're going to start being a nuisance. Maybe we'll take Alaska. He's going to have to do something here. Or I'll hop with my artillery and take Western United States. I don't see him missing that. He's going to just put like a handful of troops in there, and then I won't have enough troops to mount an attack. But at least it'll get him thinking off of this, because dear Lord, he's in a bad way here. So, all right, that does it for Japan's turn 5. I will come back and recap the rest for USA's round 5 and everyone else's round 6. All right, thanks. All right, welcome back. This is Japan round 6. And just to do a quick recap of the state of the board, it looks like the pressure worked a little bit here. Russia did withdraw some of its forces from here to come back here and defend Moscow, and they've put a significant amount of troops in the Caucasus here. So I'm going to have to fortify Persia to defend against that. We're okay here. It's not great, but Germany was able to put 31 to increase the force of his troop defense to 31. He can get it a little bit more. And because they move back, he may even be able to grab Poland or the Baltic this turn and keep building infantry and try to keep defending it. He took all of Africa, which is going to bleed United Kingdom's money. They're down to 21 production. And the idea is I'm going to use my bombers here to keep bombing the hell out of France. Hopefully we can knock this completely out and then start bombing Italy, as long as we don't control it, so that if he decides to spend his money, he's not going to be able to put a lot of troops there. They may not repair it because he's got a sizable force here, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to continue to try to pressure here, but our goals for this turn is to fortify Persia. We're going to have 9 tanks here to counterpunch if he decides to attack with everything he has here, which I did the calculations. And even if if Russia attacks with everything they have, including all tanks in range, if I stack this with these troops, and leave the plains, I'm going to defend at 72%. So he has a 26% chance of taking me out here. But if he does that, he's going to lose a significant amount of his attack power here. And if he loses a significant amount of his attack power, we should be able to counter with the 9 tanks and a couple guys. Even maybe push forward and take this back. Who knows? This turn, I'm going to put a couple more tanks in here. And in the Pacific, we're going to increase our invasion fleet over here. He still has done nothing over here. And we're going to go use our transports to grab a couple more guys from these surrounding islands to fortify Hawaii, with the idea that in 1 or 2 turns, we're going to land everything we got either in Alaska or Western United States. So let's go ahead and begin the turn. So we're going to buy 3 tanks for India. Our invasion fleet, for every destroyer that we get, it's going to be occupied by 1 infantry and 1 artillery. So we've done both of those, right? 2 transports, 2 guys, and 2 artilleries. And we already have the 3 tanks for India. And we'll buy 1 more infantry and drop them in Manchuria. Actually, no, I take that back. We'll drop an artillery in Manchuria. All right, so that's our unit purchase for this round. Oh, no. All right. Glad. See, always look at that. I made mistakes. I bought destroyers instead of transports. Don't want to buy destroyers. Want to buy transports. And then since we did that, we can get rid of this artillery and add 1 more tank. We'll throw another tank in Manchuria instead. I thought I did the math before I planned this turn, so that's much better. So another good reason to take your time when you're doing turns and look at what this is actually showing you. So got our 2 transports, got our infantry and artillery to load them, got our tanks for India, and 1 extra tank for Manchuria. So we're good there. Our combat move is going to be really simple. We're not actually going to engage to fight. We're going to do this. This is kind of cheese, but we're going to do it. We're just going to blitz those 2. Actually, we'll blitz all 3 of these. So we're going to blitz all 3 of these. He's going to take them back. And that's all we're going to do for combat. We're not going to engage anywhere. Oh, no, I take that back. We're going to bomb France's industrial complex again. Man, I wish we could put together some sneaky thing to hit England since he has nothing left. But we can't. So that's what we're going to do for the combat turn. Just stealing some free IPCs. He's going to take them right back, and he can take 2 of them back with tanks. 1 of them he's going to have to move a guy to. So it's 1 less. Oh no, he can use this tank. So he should probably steal all of them back if he leaves his forces the way they are right here. If he decides not to attack in Persia. So the combat move looks okay. Let's review it real quick. Okay. Bombing raids are always hit and miss. You know, if you get lucky and don't lose a bomber, which is great, which happened there. And okay, so France. So that worked out good. He's down to... Okay, so we only have to hit this maybe with 1 more bomber, and then we'll maybe start bombing Italy. Put the bombers back in Germany. We're going to move the tanks to Persia, the guy to Persia, this guy to Persia, these artilleries to Persia. We're going to take these two guys, put them in a transport, dump them in Persia. Ooh. I can... How many transports do I have in this? 2? Oh yeah, so I have the other one there. And go grab this guy. And then next turn, throw him up there. He doesn't have any air power. Let's see, this sub can't reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. He has no bombers. All right. So I think we're safe going down here to pick up this guy. And we're going to move the tanks from Manchuria down here to Sichuan. So now we'll have basically essentially a line of 9 tanks right here. 6 that can immediately respond to whatever happens here. And 3 over here. Or obviously, depending on what he does next turn, we can move them up here. I like to move them up here into Ivanki because then they can just be threatening right here. And it'd be nice to have 9 tanks hanging over his head here so he can move some of this back. But we'll see what happens. Oh yeah. Take your time. So I'm going to take this one transport. Pick up that guy. Go there. Pick up that guy. Then I'm going to take another transport. I'm going to go here. Pick up that guy. No, I'm not going to do that. Hold on. Sorry. I'm going to go here and pick up this guy. Wait a minute. Why am I doing that? This is killing me. I had this thing planned out before. All right, I'm going to go here, pick up that guy, go here. No. All right. So now I have 2 transports that can drop guys in Hawaii next turn. We're going to have another sizable force right here of ships to invade. All right, now I think that might be it. Let's see. Let's see, let's review the movement. All right. So, in Persia, we're going to have 10 guys, 7 artilleries, 2 tanks, and 2 planes. And he can attack, if I did the math right, with 10 infantry, 8 tanks, and 2 fighters. And he has a 26% chance to win, but we will have a 72% chance to defend, and he's going to lose a lot of material in that attack. Moving out of Egypt, he's got Africa. Germany has Africa locked down. All right. Take our Manchuria tanks. Okay, I think we're looking good. All right. All right, so the mobilization. We're going to take 3 of the tanks and put them in India. We're going to take 2 of the transports and put them in C-Zone 62. And we will take we'll put 1 guy there, 1 tank there, and 1 artillery there. And we will put a guy and an artillery there. Now this is just kind of semantics. I'm putting the troops even here, even though I have no intention of leaving them. I'm actually going to use the transports to pick them all up and then dump them over here to attack the west coast of North America. It makes it look a little bit better that I'm unloading troops here, so it doesn't look so obvious that we're going there. I think that Mannerheim, being the U.S., he's gonna sniff this out anyway. I'm hoping that he's got a lot of work over here, and so he did fortify, add 5 guys here, and he's got a couple guys here. He has some tanks in range of western United States, 1 really, and we'll see what happens. But other than that, I think in all, a decent turn for Japan. So, that having been moved, I will be back in round number 7 to recap. United States is turn number 6, and Japan's round number 7. Alrighty. Alright, welcome back. Round 7, Japan's turn. Here is the situation. So he stacked a bunch of stuff in the Caucasus here. I've done the math. If he uses everything, if just Russia uses everything here that's Russian and attacks Persia, he wins like 96% of the time. He's going to take this back. And I don't have enough to push them out here. So, and Russia still has a significant amount of money, like income like 33, which is really good for Russia, especially in the round this late in the game, 7 rounds. So, I'm going to do something a little risky. This is my plan. We're going to scrap the Alaskan invasion idea. We're not going to even mess with this here. We are going to use this transport here to reinforce Hawaii. However, we're going to use these 5 transports here. We're going to take all of our artillery and men. We're going to drop them here in Yunnan, along with these 2 guys that we picked up from the islands. We're going to drop them here in Yunnan as well. We're going to take this guy and drop him in Persia to help reinforce. And then for the rest of this, we're going to take our 9 tanks here. We're going to take 5 of them in this infantry and take Vologda, or Vologda, however you say that. We're going to take the remainder 4 tanks and this guy here, take Novo. And then we're going to take 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and the 2 planes, and we're going to take Kazakh. So we're going to have all these here. So we should have 9 tanks here. We may or may not have infantry left over. Hopefully we have the infantries, but who knows? We may not have them. So the idea behind that is to get him to take some of this stuff. If he wants to take back these territories using just the guys in Russia, he's going to need air power and or armor to get rid of them all. If he does that, he's going to not be able to push down into Persia. Our contingency plan for that is if he does push into Persia, all the troops that we land in Yunnan to reinforce, which we were going to send through Szechuan up towards Russia, we'll just pick them up next turn with all the transports and drop them down into India. So that is going to be our plan. We are also going to buy a couple tanks, and we're either going to throw them in India or Manchuria. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking Manchuria, because that way, if we decide to, if he doesn't attack Persia and we're going to push into Szechuan, then these tanks here can meet here, so we can push into this way. If he decides to take Persia, we're going to take these troops from Yunnan anyway and drop them in here into India. So we'll have reinforcements there, and it's going to take him a turn to get down here, and we should be able to defend if he's going to push this way, especially if he doesn't attack this stuff and we have our armor left over. Obviously, the big risk is if the dice sucks and he manages to take all these back with maybe just like a couple of fighters and these infantry from Russia, and then he manages to also attack Persia, although I did my calculations, and he's going to need at least 4 tanks from Caucasus to have a 50-50 shot. If he takes 5 tanks, the odds are significantly in his favor in Persia, but if he takes less than 5 tanks, it's a 50-50 battle, which I'll take a 50-50 battle. Germany's doing a good job hanging on. We'll probably bomb. Let's see. Did he repair anything? Let's see if they repaired anything. No, he didn't repair anything. So he's probably not going to. All we can do is 2 more damage to this. So we'll bomb this one more time, and we'll bomb Italy. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the turn. Also, to deal with this guy over here, I'm just going to leave these guys in Hawaii, but we are going to move a couple ships back here. Ultimately, we want to keep Hawaii. And if we can, mount some sort of attack onto mainland USA, but that's going to be several turns down the road. So let's try this. So we grab our 3 tanks. We'll grab our 5 infantries and our 5 artilleries to stock our transports, and that's going to be our purchase. So that's done. So for the combat, and take this guy, these 3 tanks, one of these tank. Let's do 2. 2 of those tanks are going to take Vologda. Novo, we're going to take 3 tanks from here, a 4th tank from here, and 1 guy here. And then in Kazakh, we're going to take a guy, and artillery, and the 2 planes. And then we're going to bomb France. Wait a minute. We'll bomb France once, and we'll bomb Italy also. All right. Ooh, I wonder if I should do that and push those tanks in here. I never thought of that. I'm not going to do it. Initially, I was thinking maybe if I push those tanks in here, I'd have... I haven't done the... That might be good. That might be really good. We're not going to do it. All right, what else do we need to do here? Nothing else. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get this done. Any other combat moves we want to make? I don't think so. All right, let's get it done. All right, here we go. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, let's see if he goes 2 for 2. If he does, that'll really set the omen on, okay. It would really set the dice on that, but it didn't work, so. All right. Okay, so that one worked out. That one worked out. All right, that one worked out. All right, so we lost the bomber, which sucks, but other than that, all of our other combat moves went well. All right, so we're going to grab this guy here, go here, and go into there. I'm going to take the 2 planes back there. I'm going to take this tank and move it there. I'm going to take this transport, move it there, land the guys in Yunnan. Take this transport, move it there, land the guys in Hawaii. We are going to board this transport. With all of our stuff. I'm going to go to C-Zone 61, drop everything in Yunnan. We're going to take a destroyer. A submarine. Let's see what else. Just a destroyer and a sub. We'll take the cruiser and move it there also. Let's see here. We'll leave the carrier just in case. All right. So I'm thinking that is all of the moves we're going to make right now. So let's do this. Oh, no. I want to move the 3 tanks from India up there as well. Like I said, I think it's feasible for him to do it using the air power and these guys. Well, obviously, these guys will be dead. These guys and these guys, he's going to have to use armor and planes. The infantry alone isn't going to cut it. So, hopefully that causes him to move some of the armor and planes out of Caucasus, and we can start moving forward up into here. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what his response is to that. I think that's it. All right. Let's double check these. All right. 3 tanks in Manchuria. Actually, oh yeah, we can do that. 5 infantry in Japan, mainland Japan, and 5 artillery in mainland Japan. I can't do that. All right, so let's do this. All right. Let's do this. Let's do 4 guys in mainland Japan. 4 artilleries in mainland Japan. Right? We'll put a guy. No. We'll put a guy and an artillery. And we'll put one tank there and 2 tanks in India. Right? So now we have what? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put 1 tank in Manchuria and 2 tanks in India. And we'll see how that goes. Because in any case, we'll have 2 tanks, and they're going to meet some infantry and armor, infantry and artillery here, and then we'll have a couple more tanks in India to move this way. Obviously, this is the key region that we're focused on. Like I said, he has a tremendous chance. If he knocks this out, he could knock it out. And if he does that, we're going to pick up these and drop them here, and next turn by here and do whatever we can to defend. So that will conclude Japan's turn 7. I will see you back for United States' round 7 and everyone else's round 8. All right. All right, welcome back. This is round 8 for Japan. A quick look at the board. And so, last turn, I was successful in taking all 3 of these territories with the idea of having him move some of his armor out of the Caucasus to take him back. Unfortunately, he did exactly that, and he moved his armor and took these back relatively easily. We traded tanks for infantry, mine being the tanks, which is always a good thing if you are the guy losing the infantry. So, I lost a significant amount of attack power here, but he elected not to attack Persia. It leaves me in kind of a dilemma. One of the things you realize when you play this game a lot is what moves you could have made, mistakes you make that lead to bad later outcomes. So I had all these tanks here, and I decided to take these territories. It probably would have been wiser. I could have taken, let's say, Novo with all 9 tanks. Or I could have even taken Archangel with 6 tanks and a guy and made a move towards Karelia. He's got me pretty well stopped right here because of his combination of Russian and United Kingdom troops. I'm not getting through here. It's all I can do right here to prevent him from just taking me out in Persia. It's just a matter of time before he whittles me down and takes me out in Persia. And the idea was obviously to get him to move his tanks out of here. But I didn't hold any of these, and so now he is in a very good position. So we're kind of stuck there. United States is making inroads in Africa, taking some of the stuff back to increase UK's money. And we have bombed a bunch of the ICs that are in Southern Europe. But Germany is kind of stuck. They bombed the hell out of his IC. He's got $15, or I'm sorry, he's got $17, and he's got to use 16 of it to repair his, the only place he can put troops if he's going to put troops there, and that's not going to happen. So it's only a matter of time before this goes down. So I don't know how much longer we can hold out, but I'm going to try to do a couple things. I'm going to split my forces. I'm going to try to maintain Persia, which means I have to take Kazakh no matter what. I did the calculations. Everything in here with the Russians. The UK stuff I have beat, but if he attacks with the Russians, I have like an 86% chance to hold this without him using these tanks. If he manages, and I included his plane in here, if he manages to use the tanks, I'm going to lose. So I have to take Kazakh to prevent him from using the tanks in combination with this if he decides to attack. I'm not sure he even will, because they're sitting pretty right here. All he has to do is collect money and wait for UK and USA to take Germany, and then it's probably a foregone conclusion. But in any case, so my plan is going to be, I'm going to send a contingency of troops north to try to keep these. I assume he's going to start blitzing here to take some of this stuff back, so I'm going to try to counter that. I'm going to stack Szechuan with these troops here and this tank here. I'm going to build a couple more tanks, a couple more planes, and as many infantry and artillery as I can get to stack this. I'm going to try to get rid of this little sneaky sub right here this turn so he can't snipe my transports here. And we're going to go from there. I'm going to lose Persia or Transjordan next round. Or this round, I'm sorry, to USA, because he'll walk in there. I may decide to throw one infantry in there, but he's got planes in range. And so if he decides to attack this with, like, you know, the 2 infantries and 2 planes, he's going to kill that without any losses. And he's going to take all of this back. Germany's 2 tanks most likely will not be able to hold. So that is the state of the board right now. Not looking real good for us, but hey, we're going to see what we can do. So as far as our purchasing of units, we're going to do a couple planes, a couple tanks, 3 infantries, 3 artilleries. All right. For our combat move, 1 infantry, 1 artillery, our planes, and our bomber. And here we're going to do our battleship and our aircraft carrier. And I want to test a theory. If I have to retreat from here, I want to see if I can retreat to any adjacent C zone. If that's the case, I'll put them all in C zone 60 and then I'll be able to protect my stuff. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can beat 1 sub with a battleship. But you never know with the dice. So that's all we're going to do for combat. Like I said, we have to take this to prevent his using the tanks to accompany this. And we're going to try to get rid of this sub here. So that's pretty much going to do it for the combat move. So let's see what happens. Wow. That's not good. All right, we got lucky. We got lucky on that one because we managed to take the territory. Oh man, he submerged the sub. Okay. All right, so he submerged the sub. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Wait, no, that's not what I want to do. All right, we're going to take them right there. And we're going to drop them all off right there. We're going to take our sub right there, our cruiser right there, and our destroyer right there. We're going to take these guys and move them up into Szechuan, move the tank down here. Fighters go back down here. Bomber goes down here. 2 tanks go there. All right. This fleet here is going to be useless sitting here in C-Zone 34 since they've got the canal here. And it's going to be a while since we take it back. So, Well, let's move these guys over here. Let's move the fleet over here. Because if this sub manages to survive and kill my transports here, I'm gonna need more transports. So, all right, let me look at the movement. Another thing, just make sure you double check to make sure all your ships are moving. A couple of times I've done all this. There's lines everywhere, and then I do finish the turn, and there's some transport or some poor bastard that's just sitting out here that forgot to move, and then they're left out in the wind. So try not to do that. So when you review these, just make sure that so C-Zone 53, everyone's leaving. C-Zone 61, everyone's leaving. 62, they're all going in there. Just keep an eye on how these things are moving. All right. All right, the 2 fighters are going into Manchuria. 2 tanks are going into India. 3 guys are going into Japan, and 3 artilleries are going into Japan. Actually, no, let's not do this. Let's put 2 there. Now let's just put all three there. Put all three of them there. Put them all there. All right. All right, that wraps up our turn. We'll see you back to recap United States is round 8 and everyone else is round 9. All right, welcome back. This is round 9 for Japan. We're pretty much on our last legs now. He's got Caucasus stacked enough that all of this stuff can kill all my troops in Persia. Just the Russian stuff. So there's really not much more we can do here. Russia has a tremendous amount of income. And it's just a waiting game, I think. Germany has enough defense, I think, to hold out for a couple more turns. But I don't know how we're going to push. So we're going to do a couple things this turn. We're going to take a minimal force and take Alaska. We're going to take Xinjiang back with all of our forces in Szechuan. We're going to fall back out of Persia into India, try to build up another force to counterpunch, and get some of these troops down here to defend India and move north here and see if we can't make a play for Moscow, which I don't think we can, but we're going to try it anyway. So let's go to the units. We're going to buy 3 tanks. We're going to buy 3 guys, 3 artilleries, and a plane. Actually, we'll buy 4 guys. One of the things that we have to think about is taking our planes out of Germany at some point. Obviously, hopefully a turn before he gets killed. Because they'll be valuable for defense. And, I mean, they're helping Germany stay alive, but in the event that we're going to lose Germany, we're going to need them. So we may have to consider doing that later. So we're going to take all of this. We're going to take and we'll do this again here. We'll take 2 guys there. The planes, the bomber. Let's see what else. We'll take those anyway. All right, we will take... We'll take 1 artillery and 1 infantry. We'll move here with 1. Drop them here. Take the battleship, bombard. We'll take the cruiser, bombard. We'll take the planes, attack. And I think that's going to be it for that. Yep, I think that's going to be it for that. Wow, that's pretty good. Both of them on the bombarding. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. All right. All right. We did what we wanted to do there. All right. Take these guys, move them forward. Take these guys, move them here. The aircraft carrier, move it there. Take the destroyer there. The sub there. Take this train. Well, wait a minute. Take this guy. Go to C-Zone 62. And drop them there. These two planes. Down to Yunnan. Bomber down to Yunnan. Two more planes down to Yunnan. Tanks down to India. Guys. And artillery back to India. Okay. We're going to take these two artillery. Oops. We're going to take the two guys. We're going to move them here. Drop them in Burma. We're going to move these transports back to let's see. Maybe we'll leave those there. All right, let's see here. Now we'll take them. We're going to go. We'll take a transport and go there, pick up that guy. We'll take a transport, go there, pick up that guy. And actually, we'll do this. We'll take the battleship and go back to C-Zone 60. We'll take the aircraft carrier back to C-Zone 60 and the destroyer back to C-Zone 60. At this point, it's all defense now. This is just a nuisance play right here. He's not gonna, he'll take it back, in fact, with his tank probably, and a plane. Which is fine. We're just gonna get some IPCs this turn. We're gonna try to mount a counterattack, but I don't know how we're gonna do it. Ultimately, we'll move all this. He can attack it with 3 tanks and a couple planes. But because we took this, he can't use those 5 tanks. And we'll take all this, and we'll move it into Evenki next turn. Move this way, try to get him again to back some of this stuff out. But we're going to leave more of a force here, if we can. Okay, so it's actually the same amount of turns. All right. I think that's all we're going to do. Let's see here. Yep, I think that's it. All right, we're going to put 3 more tanks in India. We're going to put a fighter in Manchuria. And an infantry. And an artillery in Manchuria. And then we'll put 3 infantry, or I'm sorry, yeah, 3 infantries and 2 artilleries in mainland Japan. And that will do it. Ultimately, I think we're only going to keep India for maybe 2 more turns because he's going to come down here with all this stuff and he's going to go in here with all this stuff. And I don't think I'll have enough to withstand his attack, but we'll see. We're going to lose all of Africa. The game is pretty much lost unless they make a catastrophic mistake. But we'll stick around and see if they do. All right, that is the end of Japan round 9. I'll see you back for USA round 9 and the rest of round 10. All right, welcome back. This is round 10 for Japan. The situation is pretty much unchanged for Germany. They're completely engulfed by all 3 allies here. We made good inroads, but the Soviets have successfully kept us at bay. Now, he moved all of his Russian stuff in the Caucasus over to Kazakh, which is, I don't know, probably to prevent me from unifying a bunch of stuff here. I'm not exactly sure why he did that, unless he's just going to push forward to get Shanghai, which he might do. So we're going to try to do the end around. I'm going to take this stuff here, and take Evenki. And we're going to start moving this way towards Karelia. He'll have 1 or 2 choices. He'll take the 8 tanks and try to attack it. I think we'll be able to withstand. Or he'll push forward here to try to get to capture Shanghai, which he'll probably end up doing. So what I'll probably do is I'll leave 1 guy in Xinjiang and 1 guy in Sichuan to prevent the blitz, so that I can get some more material here, because I'll move these guys. I'm going to move significant more down to Burma, because I'm trying to get them in India, but maybe I'll throw a bunch of them in Yunnan, so that when he comes down, I can respond. So that might be better. Maybe I'll put him in Yunnan. Then they'll be 2 turns away from India and 2 turns away from Shanghai if we have to go that way. And in the meantime, hopefully this draws some of this up here. Don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. And we're going to take this with a minimum amount of guys just to prevent a tank rush from here. We're also, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this stuff. This is just a diversion. He's going to take it back. We're going to drop a fleet in 56 and a fleet in 52. We're going to try to take Central America in the next couple of turns and maybe get this fleet into the Atlantic over here. Germany's got a couple ships here. If we can get all my fleet into the Atlantic here, maybe we can cause some sort of problems for him on this end and maybe give some breathing room to Germany. But we'll see. But our options are pretty limited because he's done a pretty good job so far. All of them have. So let's go ahead and get to it. So we're going to buy 2 more planes. And then 4 sets of infantry and artilleries. And 1 extra guy. Alright, so our combat move. We're going to move all these guys forward. All those guys forward. We're going to take 2 guys. A bomber. 4 fighters. Like I said, all we're doing here is just to prevent a tank blitz and try to keep India alive as long as possible. He may start moving this way, which would be probably a good idea for him, but maybe not if we could close. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of defensive stuff here. So we'll see how that works out, but I think that's all we're going to do. What do we want to do with these planes? We can't really do anything with these planes. I wish we could. But if we ever get this force over here, closer here, then we can use these planes to do something and keep them back in Germany. So that'll be good. Anyway, that's down the road. So let's go ahead and do this. You gotta love it when all 5 planes hit. Alright, so for the non-coms, the planes go back there, the bomber can go back there, everybody in Burma goes into India. One guy goes down there just to block the tanks. Now these guys here will go, they'll stay there. Now this guy here will go to C zone 56. 56, 56, 56, 56, 56, and the 2 planes, everybody into C zone 56. Right? All right. Now, I'm going to take... No. Oh, yeah. These guys are all going to go to 52. Those guys are going to all go to C-Zone 52. Those guys are going to get on the transport. Those guys are going to get on the transport. 3 guys are going to get on the transport. Can we get this guy on the transport? We can. How about this guy? Shit, we can get everybody. Alright, we'll take everybody. We'll go down to C-Zone there. Drop everybody in Burma. We'll take these. Move them back up to C-Zone 62. Alright, so here's a dilemma. We want to be able to use 2 transports to grab some units here. But these have 1 guy each. So, alright, I think we're going to take this one, go to C-Zone 36, drop him in Burma. And where's it? Oh, he's got a bomber. Uh-huh. He's got 3 bombers. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, if I count this wrong, I'm going to be in a world of friggin' hurt. But I don't see how these bombers, 1, 2 into C-Zone 34, 3 into 35, 4 into 36, 5 back into 35, 6 into 34. I don't see how he can land those bombers anywhere. I could be wrong. God, I hope I'm not wrong, because that would suck to lose all those transports. That would really suck to lose those transports. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see how he does it. Alright. I'm not going to worry about it. If I counted wrong, I'm sure I'll pay for it later. But at this point, I'm not paying for it. So, what do I want to do with this guy here? Alright, we're going to have him go here. And we'll use him with these troops to go and try to capture Central America in a couple turns. Actually, we're going to do it in 1 turn if he doesn't, depending on what he does. We're going to take Central America next turn. And then we'll be able to get some of these ships into the Atlantic, which is our goal. Try to cause some problems for the Allies there. Alright, I think that's all we're going to do. Alright. Alright, so we've got 2 fighters. Let's put the 2 fighters in India. And 1 guy in India. And then we'll put 4 infantries. No, we won't. We'll put okay, yeah, we will. We'll put 4 guys and 4 artilleries in Japan. Alright. Alright, so that will conclude Japan's round 10. I will be back to go over USA's round 10 and the rest of the Allies and Germany's round 11. Alright, welcome back. This is round 11, Japan's turn. So my partner is holding his own. He just keeps taking back one or two territories. He's still completely surrounded. The allies are just hammering him. This force here had the desired effect. It moved stuff out of Kazakh and back into Russia, which was very smart because I can't use this force to take any of these 3 territories, because with this stuff here, he can just kill them. I'll lose all of my attack power, and I'll be back. It'll be the same mistake I made when I had the 9 tanks and took all these, and then had nothing to show for it at the end of the turn. So we're not going to do the same mistake like that. So we're going to actually fortify this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take Central America, and we're going to fortify India a little bit more to start maybe making a push. But so far, it's been kind of a back and forth stalemate. Russia's still got a lot of money, and they're still making a lot of money. So we're still pretty well behind on attack power, but victory cities were still the same as we've been before. So let's do the turn. So I'm going to buy 3 guys, 2 artilleries, 2 tanks, and 2 planes. All right. So for the combat move, we are going to take 2 guys and all 6 of these planes and attack there. We're going to take this guy, the bomber, and this plane and attack there. We're going to take this guy, go here, drop him in Central America, and take the undefended territory. And I'm pretty sure that does it for combat moves for this turn. Because like I said, we're not going to make a mistake and take these back. I really am tempted to do this, but I did the math. And also, once I drop the 7 fighters in here, he won't be able to blitz this way. He can take the 8 tanks and 2 fighters and go against my force that I have here, but he's not going to win. That would deplete him significantly. So if he does that, that would work in our favor. He's not going to do that. I would be shocked if Dan did that. So those are going to be all the combat moves. We're going to be a little bit more patient and just move some more forces in here. So I think that's all the combat we can do for this turn. So let's get it done. And we just got to hope that we don't lose the 1 infantry in Sinkang. Okay, that worked out good. So obviously with this one here, we'd like to hang on to our infantrymen if we can. Wow, it's a good thing the guy hit. Well, we lost our infantryman, so that didn't work out so good. All right, for the non-combat move. Bomber's going to go back to India. 6 fighters are going to go up to Evenki. 6 guys there. 3 artillery there. All right, here we go. This guy's going to go here, pick up an artillery, and go to C-Zone 54. This, and this are all going to go to C-Zone 54. This, This and the 2 planes are all going to go to C Zone 19. Alrighty. Okay. I think we'll be good in C Zone 54. For that. So let's see what else we're going to do here. All right. So our 5 transports go up to C Zone 62. We're going to take 2 artilleries. And 2 guys. We're going to go back down here. Drop those in Burma. Right? All right. What else are we going to do here? I think that is it for all the non-combat moves that we can do. But we'll see. It's too bad you can't land planes on the same turn that you take a territory, because that would help me if I decided to do that. Now, I may have to adjust my strategy if he moves these 30 guys into one of these territories closer. But if he does, obviously if he moves this way, that's great. We'll just take Archangel. He's not going to do that. If he takes Vologda, we'll move down back into Sinkang. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I don't think he's going to do that. He may move back down into Kazakh. But again, I don't know if he'll do that with all this up here. So we'll see. All right, just check our stuff here. All right. We're going to throw 1 fighter in Manchuria and 2 tanks. We're going to throw a fighter in India and a guy. We're going to throw 2 artilleries and 2 guys in mainland Japan. Right? I think that is all we're going to do on this turn. So we'll see how he reacts to this. I mean, hey, he may decide to just bum rush now that this is all wide open. Take the 8 tanks and take all this here, which might be nice. But then it gets his tanks out of position here, and I'll move all this stuff up here. And we'll take Caucasus within 2 turns. So I don't think he'll do that, but he might. And if he goes this way, we will have some artillery and infantry to drop in Shanghai. So we should be okay there. And we'll see. We're going to move this fleet here into the Atlantic and just get him thinking. Try to get him back off here. Although he does have a tremendous amount of forces here. In fact, he could probably do the 1-2 on Germany and take it. I'm hoping Germany can hold out for a couple more turns. But we'll see. All right. That does it for Japan's round 11. I will see you back to recap United States round 11 and the rest of round 12 for everyone else. All right, welcome back. This is round 12. We have lost Germany. So, United States did the... So, they did the 1-2. United Kingdom attacked Germany and weakened it. USA dropped everything they could into Germany. Lost 25 guys, but they ended up taking Germany. So, we're in desperation now. Russia moved all their stuff into Novo. Most of their stuff. So I'm not exactly sure what he's doing there, but he did recapture Central America and thus blocked our fleet from going in here. So the game is pretty much over, but we're going to make a couple of moves here as Japan. So we're going to try to use this force and this force to press into Europe. And we're going to try to defend Shanghai and the rest of our cities. Might be able to capture Karelia. If we have really good success, we can link up. Let's see. He's gonna want to go back into Russia. He might just go forward to Shanghai. We'll see. Anyway, I don't expect this to go very many more turns, but we're just gonna buy 3 tanks and the rest men. All right, so 3 tanks and 10 guys. And we will buy that. All right, our combat move. Everything from India into Persia. Everything from Evenki into Archangel. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So, let's see if I want to take anything else. I don't want to take anything else. I don't really care about anything else. All right. All right, for the non-combat move, we're going to take these and put them into India. Bomber back into India, fighters back into India. These guys into India. These 2 transports going over here. We may be able to take these and take some African territories later. We're going to take all 4 of these and all 4 of these. And we are going to go here and drop them in Shanghai. We'll take the 2 tanks there. Take this plane there. Take this aircraft carrier and get it as close to back home as we can. So we'll take it there. Take the planes over there. We'll take the battleship to Hawaii. We'll take the transport to Hawaii and drop the guys off there. Take the subs back. Destroyers, cruisers, aircraft carrier. Transport, battleship. Everything we can, back it off to Hawaii. All right, I think that's it for that. Oh, you know what? He's going to have... All right, let's do this. Because I'm going to leave him out to dry here if I do this. All right, so let's do this here. We'll move the battleship here. We'll take the transport back there and drop the guys off there. We'll take the aircraft carrier over there. We'll take the planes over there. But everything else we'll leave right here. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. What does he got here? A cruiser, a battleship. We'll have 2 battleships. He has 1 sub, a cruiser. Well, he's got a lot of stuff that can attack. We're going to back off. Yeah, we're going to back off everything. Unfortunately, he's not going to go before America, so he's going to probably lose all of his stuff, which really sucks. But I'm in survival mode, so went ahead and did that. Hopefully he takes some guys with him. All right, not a whole lot we can do. For this turn, like I said, we're pretty much done. We're going to make one last push into towards Russia, pushing into Europe, and see if we can do anything. So we'll see how that goes. But I anticipate this will be over pretty quick. All right, that'll do it for Japan round 12. I'll see you back for United States round 12 and everybody else round 13. All right, welcome back. Round 13 for Japan. I was hoping he'd make a mistake here, but he didn't. He left some guys in West Russia, one guy, and to prevent the blitz, because I was going to try to sneak in, take this, because this is relatively unguarded, and then sneak into Ukraine. But what I've decided to do is I'm going to take the bookends. I'm going to take Caucasus and West Russia, cause him to split his attacking force with Russia here to take one or both of them out. If he takes one of them out, fine. If he takes both of them out, if he only takes one of them, I'll get some tanks into freaking Europe. If he tries to take both, we might have a decent shot at defending. But we'll see how it goes. The other thing is that this is not good for us. I made an error. I should have told Germany to back off the prior turn. because all his stuff here was going to be able to kill us all. So I backed out because when I did the calculations, he was going to wipe us all out. So I backed off. I don't have enough yet to compete with this. We're probably going to lose Hawaii in a couple of turns. So we're going to back off, try to hold what we have here, make some inroads here, and then just do the pincher movement here. Like I said, a couple turns we're probably done, but we're going to try it anyway. So we'll buy 3 tanks. We'll buy... And I think we're going to try... See, he's got a bomber here for England that can just kill my transports here because they're not guarded by anything. So, in fact, we're probably going to lose these 5 transports. Because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to take both of these back. 5, 6. He can still do it and land here. And we cannot take that back. So these transports can't stay here. So I don't know what we're going to do to get rid of this bomber here. If I did the math right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can land him and kill all my transports, and I don't have anything that can protect it. So that's all right, because I'm going to be backing these off anyway, so we won't drop these 8 guys. We can drop these 8 guys in Manchuria. And that way he should not be able to get it with that bomber. See how many bombers in here? No bombers in Russia. Oh yeah, he's got 4 bombers in the United States. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he's not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to back this stuff off to C-Zone 52. Let's see here. We'll probably take the guy in an artillery and just leave 2 guys in Hawaii when we bounce. All right. We should probably just back those guys off and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we could take these 8 guys and put them in the Philippines. And then we'll have this taken. And then we'll have these guys. Let's see. We can take this battleship, we can take this aircraft carrier and get it back to here to defend with these 2 planes. So we can, okay. I don't really want to put the 8 guys in the Philippines, but we can send this transport back here. And this transport right here. No, he can't go that far. He can go right here. In C-Zone 52. So, alright. The problem for us is that we can't take this back. Alright, we spent too long debating it. So, let's just get the turn done. We got the 3 tanks. We'll do... okay, we'll do it this way. We'll do 2 infantry and an artillery, 2 infantry and an artillery. No. 3 tanks are going to go in Manchuria. So 2 infantry and an artillery in India. And then we'll do we'll do, let's see here. All right. We'll just round it out and put some more guys in Japan. All right, so our combat move. So we're going to take all 12 of these. No. We're going to take 2 guys and go there. 10 guys into there. 10 artilleries into there. We will do two guys there. 2 artilleries there. 2 guys there. 2 artilleries there. This plane will go and attack there. Let's see here. All right, and then in West Russia, we're going to take the 2 tanks, all 10 guys, all 10 artilleries into West Russia. And let's see what else. All right. I should just take these guys and go drop them in friggin' Mexico. Just kind of for a laugh, but I will not do that. I could take Alaska again. I'm not going to do that either. We're going to back them off. All right. Let's see here. I think that's all we want to do as far as okay, let's push out. We'll take the tanks too. All right. All right. That's all we're going to do right now. Right? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Really? Give us a hit? Okay, there we go. All right. That was good. All right. That was good. All right. All right. So for all that, we lost one guy. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. So now we're going to land this here in Persia. I'm going to take the 2 guys here, the 2 artilleries here. All right. Now, take the 3 tanks and put them here. So where do we want 9 tanks? We'll take 9 tanks. We'll take 9 tanks for Caucasus, and we'll have 8 tanks in West Russia. All right. And let's see here. We'll take this guy and move him that way. All right, now take these guys, go up here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go to 4. Take the 8 guys. Drop them in the Philippines. Take this 1 transport, and we'll just move it up to C-Zone 62. Right? Yeah. All right. We'll land those 2 planes, and we'll land them in Burma. We'll move the aircraft carrier back to the Philippines. Actually, we'll take these 2 planes and land them in C-Zone by the Philippines. We'll take these guys. We'll grab an artillery and 1 guy. And we'll go to C-Zone 51. We'll take the battleship to 51. We'll take him to 52. Battlefield to 50. Actually, let's do this here. All right. Let's go to 44. Let's take this guy and go to 44. Back everything off to 44. Right? Let's see. You know what? Well, that's fine. I think that's all we're going to do. Man, this is a long turn. I apologize for the length of this turn. This is way too long. Way too long. 3 tanks in Manchuria. 2 guys. And an artillery. And 4 guys. And 2 artilleries in Japan. That is a really long turn to do not a whole lot of stuff. I apologize for that. But that ends Japan's round 13. I will be back for USA round 13 and the rest of everyone's round 14. All right, welcome back. Round 14 for Japan. Not much has changed. Russia did attack the Caucasus and killed a lot of my stuff there, but West Russia survived with most of its stuff, and 2 tanks remaining in the Caucasus. He pressed forward a little bit, taking some undefended territories. We're going to reclaim that stuff. Basically, this turn boils down to 3 options. One option is to take everything I can and throw it into the Caucasus, and buy 4 planes and throw them there. And with all that, this battle between everything he has in Russia and everything I have in the Caucasus is a 50-50 battle. I thought about it, but okay, so he's probably not going to do it. And what do I gain by sitting there while letting everything else build up over here? Second option was to attack this stuff here in Bello, kill this stuff, and if the calculations are right, we should have about some tanks left over. The leftover tanks will then be able to press into Europe and reclaim some of this stuff back. And then if he does once he starts taking these back, which he will, we can do another pincher move and try to get him. And the last idea was to take everything here and capture Ukraine, because the calculations are that this was not enough stuff to take out Ukraine. But it still gives him all this material here. And if we take this out, the United States doesn't have a lot of stuff here. So the battle is still probably lost. We are going to also take Transjordan, and we're going to continue our fall back. He's going to take Hawaii next turn. We're going to take our fall back to the Philippines, and that'll be it for this turn. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to buy 6 tanks. 3 for India, 3 for Manchuria. We're going to buy, let's see here, 6 guys. 6 tanks and 6 guys. All right, for the combat move, we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go there, go there. Go there, 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 there. One caveat on this attack here is if we lose the plane, we're kind of screwed, because the plane we're going to sacrifice anyway, but we're going to throw it in West Russia to prevent his tanks from blitzing over here and attacking, to just keep us alive another turn with whatever we have left to try to make some hay in Europe. We're going to take one of those and one of those. We're going to take one of those, one of those. Let's see here. The bomber. Let's see here. We'll take 4 of those there. And we'll take no, we don't want to do that. So those guys are not going there. because we don't want to. We want to keep them. We're going to move them all here into Persia. So let's take them and go there. All right, back to this. All right, we can take these 2 planes and do that. All right, let's get it done. Okay, well, that was good. Oh, really? Wow. All right, here's the big one. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty friggin' good. Because it left us with 10 tanks and 9 artilleries. Which was a pretty good outcome there. Oh, that's terrifying. My God. 1 hit in 2 rounds. Oh. Yeah, well. Terrifying, but it's good we had a lot of stuff. Alright, so. Alright, the plane's going into West Russia. Every other plane is going into Persia. These guys will move forward. Those planes are going to India. This transport will drop those guys there. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. I changed my mind. So we already have 7 guys there. Let's go here and drop them here. Because we're also going to take 1 from there, 1 from there, and drop them here. Move these guys forward. Move these guys down here. move all this stuff back to the Philippines. All right. I don't know if I want to put it in India. We'll put it up here. All right. I think that's everything we can do for the non-combat move. All right, we're going to put 3 tanks in India, 3 tanks in Manchuria, 1 infantry in the Caucasus, and we'll put 2 infantries there. And then we'll put the remaining 4 in mainland Japan. And I'm sure he'll kill these 2 guys, but in case he decides not to do that, which I don't see why he would, we have a couple more infantries to use as cannon fodder. So, all right, that does it for Japan's turn 14. I will see you guys back for United States' round 14 and the rest of round 15. All right, welcome back. Round 15 for the Japanese. So, just a quick status of the board. United States, they didn't take Hawaii for some reason. I thought they would have, but it looks like they're just going to try to take out mainland Japan. They have a decent invasion force, 9 infantries, 4 artilleries, and 4 planes, and a bunch of stuff that can bombard. I did the calculations with my current defenses. They are going to win, and quite easily. I did the math, and it's going to take me 6 more. I'm sorry. I need about 17 infantries and 2 planes and the anti-aircraft, and I can defend this at a 95% clip. So, my purchase is going to be dictated by that, which kind of sucks, but so, okay, and also over here, this is another smart move by them. They put everything in, put a lot of stuff in West Russia. So, I can't take Karelia because all this stuff will kill my guys. I can't take Ukraine for the same reason. All this stuff will kill my guys. But, doing the math, if I take Poland, I think I have like a 75% chance of defending against all of America's stuff. And if I can keep some of these alive, it's going to cause some problems for them. So this round, I'm going to take Poland with this stuff. And we'll be able to withstand America's stuff. But he's probably going to kill me with the 13 tanks. But that's okay, because at least he'll have to move the 13 tanks away from Russia. We're going to try to do something here, but there's not a whole lot I can do here. I'm going to take Transjordan, hopefully, and move into Africa. And then I'm going to get a destroyer to block here, so they can't just swoop over here and land here. And I'm going to retreat some of my planes back to the sea zones over here to drop them in Japan or the Philippines and try to defend those as much as possible. So that's the plan of attack for this turn. So we will go to the purchasing units, and I calculated for Japan alone, I need 6 guys, 2 planes. Which leaves me 20. Right? 6 guys in there and 2 planes. Leaves me 20. I need a destroyer. And that leaves me 12 left. So we'll go ahead and buy 2 more tanks. So the 6 guys and 2 planes are going to go in Japan. The destroyer is going to go on the outside of Japan, and we'll throw those either in Manchuria or India. Probably India. All right, for the combat move, take all this stuff here and go here. Oh, you know what? I'll change my mind. No, it's the same. So yeah, I'm going to take Poland. We're going to do that, and we're going to go here, 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 and we're going to go here, 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 and here. And we're going to go here. All right, as far as these planes go, we're going to take 2 of them and attack there. And that's going to be all of our attacks. All right, so those are going to be all of our attacks for this turn. All right, it's telling me that my attack in Transjordan is poor. And he's got, what, 6 guys? 3 artilleries and a tank. Alright, so let's make some changes to that. We'll add 2 more planes. Okay. Can I do it with 1 more plane? No, it's okay. We'll use 2 more planes. All right. All right. All right. Ooh, that's bad. We got to get 5 hits. Or 4 hits. And hope that... let's do it. Let's do it one more time. Okay. All right. So all he's got is 1 tank there. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right, so moving all that over there. All right, so those 4 planes are going there. The bomber is going to... And we'll put the bomber in India. And we'll take those 4 planes. And we will land them here. These 2 planes are going to fly to... Well, I didn't realize they can get all the way there. The Philippines. All right. All right, let's see here. And these 3 guys will move up. All right. That looks like all of our return. We're pretty close to being out, but we're still going to keep trying, pushing whatever we can do. I'm going to put the destroyer in C-Zone 60. 6 infantry in mainland Japan. 2 fighters in mainland Japan. All right, we will put 5 guys in mainland Japan and both fighters in mainland Japan. And we'll put 1 of the infantries here in India. Yeah. I miscalculated. I didn't know. I forgot. If I'm going to put the destroyer here, it takes away one of the units. So that's going to cause me some issues, maybe. but we will see. All right, that concludes Japan's turn 15. And I'll see you back for USA 16 if I survive the rest of the Allies' turn for round 16. All right. All right, welcome back. This is going to be the last round because I made another mistake. I didn't count his bombers right, and I left all my ships in Sea Zone 62, and he used 4 planes and 4 bombers and took out my whole fleet here. So I have nothing else to do. They're just waiting around to take Hawaii now. There's no reason for them not to take Hawaii now. So I'm going to make a couple moves, and that'll be the end of the game here. So let's see what we're going to do. We're just going to buy a bunch of planes. So we're going to buy 2 bombers, 2 fighters, and 2 artilleries. All right, so our combat move, we're going to take these 2 planes and attack that. Take the bomber and attack that. We're going to take the sub and attack that. All right, let's see here. If I attack that, well, how can I do that? I have 1 fuel remaining. I can move an aircraft. Oh, I can't move an aircraft carrier there. I can if I win this. All right, well, whatever. All right, so now over here, we're going to do 1 of those and 2 of those. 1 of those and 2 of those. We're going to do 1 of those, 1 of those. We're going to do 1 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those. We're going to take 1 of those there. And we're going to take we'll take 3 of them and go here. All right, let's see here. I think that's all we're going to do. We're in ultra defensive mode. It's not going to work. None of this is going to work. We're just going for the inevitable. But because he was able to take out everything we had in Europe and move into Persia, and I have nothing left in India, so this is going to be the last turn. So let's go ahead and do this combat here. I know it says this is implausible, but if the sub gets a hit and the destroyer doesn't, then the transport dies too. Let me see if I can add something there. Which I don't think I can. Oh, let's see here. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see here. If we do that, yeah, let's do that. No fuels remaining. So the one aircraft carrier's got to go there, and one aircraft carrier's got to go there. All right. All right. And this is unlikely. Why? Well, because we're not going to kill the sub. So we're not going to win this because we're not going to kill the sub, but I don't care if I kill the destroyer and the transport. So let's try it. Wait a minute. It's not, it's not going to let me look. All right. Wow. I don't think I've ever done that before. Wow. And the plane against a bomber is going to be pretty good. All right. Obviously, the end result is going to look a lot better than it is because it's going to look like we have a lot of territory on the map. But in reality, we don't. Because he's got a lot of victory cities. And the only reason we did this is because we're going to end up with the same scenario as we did earlier, where we split up our troops and it led to them all being killed. We're going to do that anyway this round, but only because it's our last round. And we're just kind of sending everything we can to fight. That's the first non-hit round that I've had yet. All right, so this guy can go nowhere. Why can't I go there? Why can't I take 1 and 2 and go there? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Take one of those. That's fine. And one of those. Okay, it's going to let me do it. Just wanted me to do it out of turn. So those guys have to land there. That guy can land back in the Philippines. That guy can land. And we'll put him back in the Philippines. We'll take these 3 tanks and put them in Shanghai, and these 4 planes, put them in Shanghai. And we'll leave those there. You should be able to take India and Philippines. So that should be it, because he should be able to take India and the Philippines. So we'll see. Unless we take these there, but even 13 tanks is going to win that fight too. Oh, let's do that anyway. We'll take these 4 and drop them in India. Oh yeah. Move these forward even though they're meaningless. All right, that does it for that. Mobilizing 2 fighters to Japan, 2 bombers to Japan, 2 artilleries. Oh, look at that. And we'll put them in. We'll put them in Japan. All right. It's too bad because we have a ton of money. We have a ton of money and we have a ton of space here. We just couldn't break through this area here. And by the time we did, it was too late. We'd already lost Germany. And once we lost Germany, the United States turned all of its naval forces into the Pacific and killed us. So all in all, it was a decent game. Certainly not too happy with the outcome, but definitely was well played by everybody. Very, very difficult going for the Axis. And the Allies played very, very well in this game. So I'll be back to recap the end of the game. I would be absolutely shocked if the United States doesn't take Hawaii and then Soviets take India. But we won't even have a turn 17 because they should be able to take, they're going to take Philippines and Hawaii. And then that'll be it. So if they do that, and hey, they might even, if they get lucky, be able to take India with 1 tank and 5 planes. Maybe. It could happen. So, all right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back to recap the end of the game. All right, welcome back. This is round 17, Japan's turn. This is the end of the game. I'm going to forfeit the game right now. The Allies have taken India. They've taken Shanghai. They have more than enough victory cities. I have no ability to take any of them back. So there's really no point in waiting until the end of United States' final turn. It looks like why USA didn't take Hawaii or the Philippines. Maybe they're trying to amass for a mainland Japan attack. Maybe. But certainly wasn't necessary. They were able to capture enough victory cities and put us out of the game. Final thoughts on this. Our early Axis strategies is that we had Germany built a little bit of a navy and put a lot of pressure on Africa early in the game. And by doing so, we really didn't put enough pressure on Russia through Europe. And so Russia was able to defend really easily and then stack the Caucasus in the southern part to prevent Japan from moving north, even though Japan was able to capture India relatively quickly in the game. So to counter that, I think if we did that strategy again, instead of capturing India right away, I would stack some troops for India, but I would also start stacking things in Xinjiang or maybe Evenki to try to put more pressure on Russia. and get them to not be able to move towards Germany. That would give Germany a little bit of breathing room, because he was under relentless assault. Most of the time, you're always under relentless assault from 2 powers, but in this case, he was under relentless assault from 3 powers, which was a real disadvantage for Germany. So I'm going to go ahead and forfeit this game. It was well played by the Allies, I thought. Now, we hung in there as long as we could, but we're unable to turn the tide and get a victory. So let me forfeit this. So that will be the conclusion of the Unofficial Community game, dated June the 2nd. And I will see you back for another video. Thanks a lot.